After an incredibly long gestation period, Smart is now back in Malaysia. Today marks the grand launch of their new #1, available in 3 variants with 2 battery options. This is now going to be the flagship EV for the Smart brand, at least for the time being. But with prices starting from 189,000 ringgit, this is not cheap, but does it justify that price? Well, today we're going to find out in a very quick walk around. My name is AIMAN ABDULLAH, this is Malaysian Motoring, and this is our walk around of the new Smart #1. Now, the Smart #1 will be available in Malaysia in 3 variants, being Pro, Premium and BRABUS. Now, the Pro model makes use of a 44 kWh LFP battery, which is capable of powering the Smart #1 for up to 315 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. Step up to the Premium and you get a 66 kWh NMC battery, which is capable of powering this for up to 440 kilometers, whereas on the BRABUS, using the same battery, you get about 400. Now, in terms of performance, there are differences between the BRABUS and non-BRABUS models. 0 to 100 is completed in Pro and Premium models in 6.7 seconds, whereas the same century sprint time can be done in just 3.9 seconds in the Smart #1 BRABUS. Now, of course, as I mentioned earlier, there are 2 powertrain options. The Smart #1 as standard is rear-wheel drive, whereas the Smart #1 BRABUS is all-wheel drive with an extra additional motor over the front axle. There is also much more power and much more torque, as you can see on the stats on the screen right now, which means that the Smart #1 BRABUS is arguably the most affordable way to get 100 kilometers an hour in less than 4 seconds. Now, on an EV, charging is just as important as power. And in this regard, Smart does lead the way in certain areas. So for the Premium and BRABUS models, you'll be able to AC charge your car at up to 22 kilowatts, which means 10 to 80% charge can be completed in less than 3 hours. Now, it is a little bit lower on Pro models, but that is to be expected. DC fast charging is up to 150 kilowatts, which means again, you can do 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. Now, it is worth noting that as part of the Smart dealer network across the country, almost every Smart dealer has a DC fast charger available, which means buying a Smart #1 does mean you can travel across the majority of the country without too much concern, relying exclusively on dealer charging networks. Now, as standard, the Smart #1 is actually pretty well equipped. All models get the CyberSparks Matrix full LED headlights, replete with this beautiful LED daytime running light, which is even animated when you lock and unlock the car. Premium and BRABUS models also get an illuminated grille, which illuminates and does a little dance, a little sequence whenever you lock and unlock the car again to help greet you as you walk up to it. The same can be said of the taillights, which are also full LED, also with an LED light bar, also with graphics, although only Premium and BRABUS models get an illuminating Smart logo on the C-pillar, which I think looks quite smart. What's also standard are a set of 19-inch alloy wheels, which on the Premium model is wrapped in Dunlop SP Sport Max tires. Now, these are expected to be both quiet and high performance, which is excellent given the fact that these cars are quite potent. However, on the Smart #1 BRABUS, the tires are a little bit different, although they are of the same size, again in keeping with the #1 BRABUS's improved performance. Practicality is pretty well catered for in the Smart #1 because even in this all-wheel drive BRABUS model, replete with a front electric motor, there is still a front trunk here, just big enough to fit the emergency tire repair kit or maybe a Type 2 cable should you need it. Now, of course, this isn't all the storage that you get in the #1 because behind you will find a capacious boot replete with folding and sliding rear seats in order to further expand practicality should you need it. The Smart #1 is all about versatile practicality, and it seems very clear to me that that certainly seems to be the case. The interior of the Smart #1 is certainly very smart too. I really should stop using that pun. You have this enormous central touchscreen which controls almost every function on the Smart #1, including the HVAC controls, although admittedly the UI is very pleasing to look at and it should be relatively intuitive to use. Complementing this is a small driver's display just ahead of the steering wheel, which is very small, very low, but it gives you all the information that you need, just enough, no more and no less. But of course, if this is not enough, you also have a full color heads-up display, which will show you things like your traffic sign recognition, your speed, your ADAS systems, as well as your navigation functionalities, all available in your line of sight, which means there is information for you wherever you need it. Now, in this premium model, we are treated to things like this panoramic glass roof, which they refer to as the panoramic halo roof. You also get dual zone climate control as standard. You have this beautiful tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel, replete with physical buttons to control all of your major functions. You also get a physical control knob for your drive selector here. And overall, it is very, very premium, very upmarket, and very pleasing to sit in, to look at, and to interact with. Now, on that note, these seats are very comfortable indeed. On this premium model, they are wrapped in leather. On the BRABUS #1, you get Alcantara with a little bit of red inserts, whereas in this car, you can see it's black and white, which I think is a very interesting colorway. You also get a 13-speaker Beats audio system in here, which means that sound is provided very brilliantly. It is very high quality from what I can attest based on my limited amount of testing with this car. And no doubt it'll be an excellent companion over your next long-distance trip. Practicality extends into the cabin because you have space here, you've got cup holders, a wireless charger, 2 USB-C ports, and a 12-volt socket. This floating center console means even more space down here. You have a proper center armrest, have a relatively large glove box, you have huge door bins down here, and again, it's just really well thought out. And to appeal to young families with young children, this front seat comes with its own ISOFIX mounts in addition to the two that you find at the back, which means you can have a rear-facing child seat mounted here, again, for added practicality. Now, with this seat setup in my driving position, as you can see, I have absolutely acres of knee room and acres of headroom as well. It is worth noting that this panoramic sunroof does actually come with a sun blind should you want to shut the sun out. Now, in terms of interior quality, everything back here does seem rather pleasant, where you have these dual-tone door cards, you still have the nice Beats audio speaker grille, and again, you have a little bit more white detailing, these lovely seats, and a couple of aircon vents here with some USB-A and C ports underneath. Now, again, the Smart #1 is meant to appeal to a slightly younger buyer, with or without children. If you don't have children, you will find that 3 adults can sit back here relatively comfortably thanks to the relatively flat floor. But for those of you who do have children, you will find a couple of ISOFIX mounts back here, and thanks to the wide opening doors, it does mean that fitting a bulky rear-facing child seat should not be too difficult. And of course, if you just have adults back here, you can enjoy this armrest, lean back, and enjoy the ride. Now, as standard, the Smart #1 comes pretty well equipped in terms of safety tech as well. Smart is touting that these cars come with something called Level 2 Plus semi-autonomy, which means it gets things like autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection. You also get intelligent or active cruise control, replete with traffic jam assist, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, 360-degree camera, and so on. In fact, the Smart #1 also claims to even be able to do lane change assist, which is certainly very novel for something within this price bracket. Now, in terms of overall appeal, 60% of bookings received so far have been for the BRABUS #1, with the other 40% going to the Premium and the Pro, which means that clearly Malaysians are very geared towards having their EVs hot and fast. Now, to that end, to reiterate, the prices for the Smart #1 start at 189,000 ringgit for the Smart #1 Pro. They rise to 219,000 ringgit for the Smart #1 Premium, and the Smart #1 BRABUS comes in at 249,000 ringgit. This includes a 4-year unlimited mileage warranty, 2-year spare parts warranty, which means every replaced part comes with its own standard 2-year warranty, as well as various packages that come with early bird purchases, as well as standard equipment that again come included in the purchase price. Now, if you ask me, the Smart #1 is a very important entrant into the premium EV segment, and for the pricing on offer, there is no doubt that this is going to steal some customers from brands like BYD. And to top all of that off, because this is essentially a marriage between Mercedes-Benz design and Geely engineering, there is no doubt these cars should prove to be pretty reliable as well. Let us know what you think about the new Smart #1 in the comment section below, and so concludes our walk around of the new Smart #1. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon to be notified every time we make a new upload. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp. All the links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and stay electrified.